See, when we say, I forgive somebody else for the things that they do, they keep going on and doing the things they do, right? What this is saying is, where can you make a change? Out there or here? Isn't this the only thing you have control over? How you perceive yourself? And a lot of people say, well, the Course just says, oh, they just let you off the hook. Are you kidding? The fact that you look at the unforgiving thoughts that you put out there and say, I need to forgive that because that's the only way peace will happen. So I need to forgive myself for holding them in prison. That's a pretty powerful thought. And that's a pretty self-responsibility way to approach it. So I loved what she said, is it's so easy for me to blame the people out there in those cars. And then I find, oh, it wasn't them, it was the person in front of them. So, oh, don't I look like I've got egg on my face? But if I forgive myself for my mistake, then I can begin the process of forgiving other people. But if I am guilty and unforgivable, I can't do anything. And that's what this lesson's about. You can't forgive anybody. I know people say this all the time. I can forgive all those people in my lives. I just can't forgive myself. Really? You can't forgive anybody if you don't forgive yourself. So this thought that you think you're forgiving those people in your life, sorry, it doesn't work that way. You cannot give what you do not have. So if you are actually forgiving in your life, then you are forgiving yourself. That's how it works. You cannot give what you do not have. So that's the power of this. If you want, now the benefit comes is if we are not aware of it, we do not experience the benefit of this. So if we are saying, I forgive them, but we are not feeling the benefit of that forgiveness, we're the ones withholding it from ourselves, not God. He's not doing it to you. We are doing it to ourselves. We do not know who we are. And that's why this lesson is so powerful. These weird beliefs, go back to that line in that third paragraph, that third line. These weird beliefs, he does not share with you. The strangeness about yourself. That is enough to prove it is wrong. But you do not perceive that it is so, that they are not real. And then it goes on to say in that fourth paragraph, why would you not be overjoyed to be assured that all the evil that you think you did was never done, and that all your sins are nothing, that you are as pure and holy as you were created, and that light and joy and peace abide in you. Your image of yourself cannot withstand, it says, the will of God. You think that this is death, but it is life. You think you are destroyed, but you are saved. You cannot withstand the image that God has of you. And what is that image? Light and joy and peace abide in me. My sinlessness is guaranteed by God. This is our reality. This is our truth. How many of us say that? Or do we say, oh, I'm so stupid. I get so mad all the time. I'm always, frustrated. I don't know the answer. How many of us affirm that more than we affirm the truth? And again, that goes, Mark is honest. He says, yeah. But again, that is what keeps us imprisoned. That's what keeps us from experiencing the miracles that are all around us. What does the Course say? Miracles are happening all the time. And the only problem is you're not aware of them. That's the problem. We're not aware of them. Why are we not aware of them? Because we do not believe we are entitled to them. If we do not believe we're entitled to them, we're never going to see them. That may be all around you. Well, that are, as the Course would say, all around you. So that's where it comes down to. It's a change in our consciousness, because the only place you can make change is within your own mind, not outside of yourself, but within your own mind. Now, so we have this powerful thought. The image that you've made will never withstand the will of God. This is not your death. It is your awakening to your real life. You are not destroyed. You are finally saved. And then that fifth paragraph, it goes on to say, the self that you made, that we have made, is not the Son of God. Therefore, this self that we have made of ourselves, this image we've made of ourselves, does not exist at all. And that's why when you look at those, if you go to our wall of innocence, and I love it that so many of our listeners still send us pictures of themselves as children to put up on the wall of innocence. We occasionally will still get little, pictures in the mail, and you can send us, I guess they're MPG files or something, or you can, am I saying it right? JPEGs, or you can send an actual photo if you want to, if you're old-fashioned like me, have an old-fashioned photo, and we can scan those photos and then send them back to you. But I love having them. Go to our Wall of Innocence. Are you on the Wall of Innocence right now? Yeah, it's so much fun. You see Ken there? Yeah, it's so much fun to see it. We're sharing Ken. Yeah. Oh, you didn't have a little hat on. I guess you didn't have the little hat on, did you? But you got those cute little swimming trunks. It's adorable. But because that's the self. That self, we all agree, is adorable. That's an adorable Ken. I don't know if we can't put that up on the screen or we'd all look at Ken. But if you're listening right now, you can go to our web, you're on our webpage and you can go to the Wall of Innocence and see it. But what's so adorable about it to me is that it's not that the little body is the thing that's true, but it's what we remember about ourselves. We all smile. We remember that innocence. And that's what the Course is always telling us. That's all that's real. That truth, not the things we've made of ourselves. And so we really do need to get back to that awareness of the truth about us, not all the things we've made of ourselves, because that's how God sees us. Why is that? We're not denying the reality of things because those things aren't real, right? How many times do those change? The things you thought you did that you mull over in your mind when you talk to somebody and you say, I'm really sorry for XYZ, and they go, what? Did you do something? Did you? Oh, I didn't even know that. Nothing's in their minds. But we can hold on to it, especially late at night, in the middle of the night when we wake up and go, I wish I hadn't said that, and we mull over these things and they're not even real in the first place. I remember many times I will have thought that I was sharp with my son when we went to bed, even though I never want to go to bed mad. And I always say, oh, I love you. But then I'll think about the things that I've said. And in the morning, I'll sometimes say to him, I'm really sorry. I kind of was going on. He says, it's okay, Mom. I didn't even think about it. Don't be so hard on yourself. His response to me all the time is, Mom, don't be so hard on yourself. And I always laughed at myself. I must seem like I'm awfully hard on myself all the time because this is the comment that comes back to me. But it is such a good comment for me because I'm always thinking I should do better. If you have kids, you're going to think that way. So it's a good lesson for us. Not that we cannot strive to do the best that we can do, but don't be so hard on ourselves because no one else is ever as hard as you are, right?